I used to be a perfectly happy programmer. I was improving constantly and I had a bunch of half-finished side projects which gave me a bunch of motivation throughout the day, knowing that I'd come home and start coding on my own projects. They were like my babies. I even ran my own AI SaaS at one point, which fulfilled me to an extent I can't even explain. But nowadays it's almost like all of that excitement is gone. I stopped coding projects that I liked to work on, and that's because I started thinking they were a waste of time, even though I had the option to make money with these projects. They felt too easy. But why? It's actually ChatGPT's fault. Now hear me out. I'm not a fanatic Christian pastor who says AI is a work of the devil, but people started relying too much on LLMs like ChatGPT, and they stopped using their brains, including me. I mean, even for the simplest issues, I started using ChatGPT. For example, when I came across a single syntax error, I copied the entire file and told ChatGPT to fix it. That's verbatim what I told it. This way, I also completely stopped learning from my mistakes, which is the only way to learn programming, by the way. So I started to think again for once. What can I do to go back to the time I used to enjoy coding and I was constantly learning new stuff? It's actually very simple. Stop using AI. So I did that, and after the first day of using my brain cells again, my brain was cooked. Not even cooked, just straight up deep fried. Right now, I'm just kind of sitting here thinking about how to start my code. I'm trying not to click on this button right here, or press this, but I think, yeah, let me just do this. Yeah, I think this is fine for the beginning. I tried to start my new project and it just wasn't happening. I literally couldn't do it. So what I learned from the first day on is that you need an adjustment period where you get used to killing brain cells again. And I think this is gonna be different for you, but for me it took exactly 4 days to get back to the old ways. That was an unintended rhyme. After that period though, I started to feel something. A fire started erupting inside of me in the same way it used to when I was coding my YouTube Shorts automator, which probably caused irreversible damage to hundreds of children. So if AI is that bad, should you stop using AI completely? The answer is no. It's still useful, and as programmers we need to keep up with the times. And I only found 2 ways I was able to use AI to my advantage, specifically in programming, without it taking over my entire work. The first way is to ask yourself every time you want to use ChatGPT whether it's actually necessary and you have no idea how to solve the problem, or it's just for convenience. If it's just for convenience, don't use it. Now this might be hard to enforce on yourself actually, so I got to work and made a Chrome extension that you can download that asks you this very question every time you visit ChatGPT. It's very simple and it only took me like a couple of lines of code, so I didn't use ChatGPT to make it. I put the link in the description if you want to use it for yourself. Oh, and it's completely free and open source. The second way is to generalize your prompts. So let's say you wanted to make a calculator in Rust. Don't ask how you make a calculator in Rust, but ask it instead how to add numbers together in Rust. If this sounds very simple to you, that's because it is. Now that you don't see the entire application as difficult, you can just Google or ask ChatGPT the syntax instead. If you want to talk with people who are also interested in coding, join my Discord server. I'm going to start doing coding challenges over there. See you next time.
なんとなく生きてんじゃないですか。迷ってんじゃないですか。生き生きしたい。簡単ですよ。過去のことを思っちゃダメだよ。なんであんなことしたんだろうって怒りに変わってくるから。未来のことも思っちゃダメ。大丈夫かな。ああ、不安になってくるでしょ。ならば一生懸命一つのところに命をかける。そうだ。今ここを生きていけばみんな生き生きするぞ。